Just when Justin Gaethje thought that after beating Michael Chandler, it was clear that he was going to get the title shot, Khabib Nurmagomedov let him know that it was otherwise. Khabib and Justin Gaethje went back and forth on Twitter, presenting their argument about who should fight for the title next. Justin Gaethje presented his case that his last loss was in a world title fight against Khabib himself, and he's ranked number 2 right now, and he won against a number 4 contender, so that makes him a legitimate contender to fight for the title. Then his another argument is he Islam Makhachev, who Habib is pushing for the title fight, has only fought one guy who was ranked in top 6, and he was coming on 2 fight losing skid. Dan Hooker lost his last 2 fights against Dustin Poirier and Michael Chandler. So in Justin Gaethje's eyes, Islam Makhachev should fight once more to fight for the title, or he should fight next. Between the back and forth between Justin Gaethje and Islam Makhachev, there is one person who is left out of this conversation, and that is Beneil Dariush. If you look at current standing, Justin Gaethje going into the fight against Khabib Nurmagomedov for the lightweight title championship, he was on a 4-fight win streak. After that fight, he has won against Michael Chandler on November 7th. And Islam Makhachev is currently on 9-fight win streak. And Beneil Dariush, who is ranked number 3, is currently on 8-fight win streak. So that's their current standing. Islam Makhachev case is really compelling because he has 10 fights in UFC, in which he lost his first fight, but he is currently on 9-fight win streak. In 9 of those wins, he has finished 5 opponents, 4 submission, 1 knockout, and he has won 4 fights by decision. It's quite impressive, and the fact that it took him so long because nobody wants to fight him. It is very hard to find him an opponent. But looking at the business point of view of the UFC, it makes sense for UFC to make him fight for the title next because he is a huge star, the backing of somebody like Khabib Nurmagomedov. Islam Makhachev popularity in Middle East region is really big, and right now he is really doing well in US as he has been fighting more consistently. In last year, in 2021, he fought 3 times. Drew Dover, Thiago Moises, and Dan Hooker, and he finished all 3 of them via submission. So Beneil Dariush has not spoken yet about what he wants next. Till now, Justin Gaethje and Islam Makhachev has been making the noise, because one of these 3 guys is going to be the backup fighter for UFC 269. If you look at where all these 3 fighters are at, Beneil Dariush is available, and he has took rest for 6 months after his fight against Tony Ferguson because he was waiting for the birth of his first child. Islam Makhachev fought last against Dan Hooker on October 30th, but that fight lasted only 2 minutes max. So he did not took any kind of damage and he was not wore out. So it's very likely that he could be the case that UFC would like him to be the backup fighter. But Beneil Dariush has been quiet. It may be that since he is the most fresh fighter, he might have been offered that shot to be the backup fighter. That's why he has not been making any noise right now. Because if Islam Makhachev is going to be the backup fighter, he has to make weight on December 12th. But even if suppose that Beneil Dariush has been the backup fighter, if you imagine, then that leaves Justin Gaethje, Islam Makhachev and Beneil Dariush, all three of them. After that fight between Charles Oliveira and Dustin Poirier is over, whoever wins that fight. Once that fight between Dustin Poirier and Charles Oliveira is over, there will be one more guy who would like to get back to that title shot. That will be any one of either Charles Oliveira and Dustin Poirier. And along with him, there will be three other guys: Beneil Dariush, Justin Gaethje, and Islam Makhachev. In that case, the guy who has lost most recently against for the title, he would like to fight any three of them to get there as soon as possible. And for the champion, he will get his first title defense most probably, if you say that the fight is a grueling fight, in August or September, max if it was a 5 round war. Then it might be that UFC might match up Islam Makhachev and Justin Gaethje, or the loser of that fight between Dustin Poirier and Charles Oliveira and Beneil Dariush, or Beneil Dariush and Islam Makhachev and Justin Gaethje, and the loser of the fight between the Dustin Poirier and Charles Oliveira. But if UFC gives that title shot directly to Islam Makhachev, you won't feel surprised, because if you look, it has not happened long ago that UFC made the interim shot for heavyweight title 4 months after Francis Ngannou won the heavyweight title. They did not waited even 6 months for Francis Ngannou to fight. So in the end, UFC does what is best for the business. But however the title shot story is going to unfold, one thing is clear: it's great for the division, and fans are going to get entertained, because either Justin Gaethje fights Islam or just Islam fight Beneil Dariush. They are all going to be exciting fights, and I'll keep you updated on that. And thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe my channel.